murmured in a voice low enough that only he could hear. It seems the target was the seed. They retreated when they couldn't locate the bearer of the relic, and when reinforcements finally overcame their combined power. Ren nodded imperceptibly, the implication crystalline in his mind. Secrets are bad manners, Lynn. Larissa's melodious but firm voice cut through the moment. Nothing escaped her notice, especially not whispered conversations that excluded her. Lynn straightened, a resigned smile appearing on her lips. You're right. In any case, you'll all find out soon. There's no point in hiding things. Turning her attention back to the group in general, Lynn adopted a more formal tone. Her expression became graver, and Ren noticed how her shoulders tensed slightly, preparing to share even more difficult news. During the battle, there were casualties. The carriage seemed to sink into absolute silence, as if even the sound of the wheels and the wind had been absorbed by the gravity of those words. Most were auxiliaries who fought underground where the investigation of the last incident continued, Lynn said, her voice professionally controlled, but with an underlying tone of pain. Probably few or none that you knew personally for the majority of you. She paused, and Ren instinctively knew that the worst was yet to come. The momentary hesitation in Lynn's usually confident demeanor told him more than words could. We also lost 2 teachers. Min's hands unconsciously clutched the edge of his seat, while Taro closed his eyes as if preparing himself for the impact. The others held themselves rigidly, bracing for news they didn't want to hear. One of them taught classes to you. Lynn's voice descended to little more than a whisper. Professor Song, crystal instructor, fell valiantly defending a group of students. The news fell like a stone slab. Professor Song, with his contagious enthusiasm for crystals and his characteristic good nature, had been a pleasant presence during the short time they had known him. His optional class, though not mandatory, had been a breath of peace amid the rigorous curriculum of the academy. For many, he was barely an acquaintance, a friendly face they crossed in the hallways. For others, a mentor who had dedicated extra time to explain the mysteries of crystals after class. But for all, his loss represented a fissure in the shield of security that the academy symbolized. Death had reached into their sanctuary, shattering the illusion of perfect safety. It can't be, Mira murmured, tears
in 800 feet, turn right.
Just 3 days ago, he was so excited showing me how to identify mana crystals from the incursions with Ren.
At the light, turn right onto South Broadway.
Some regretting not having attended or paid more attention in his classes. Others remembering gestures of kindness that now took on special weight. Memories of the professor's gentle correction, his patient explanations, his genuine passion for teaching crystallized into a collective grief. Ren observed the reactions around him, particularly Hans. The boy had become completely still, his face a pale, expressionless mask that contrasted with the emotionality of the rest. There were no tears, not even visible shock, but something deeper and more complex. An absolute stillness that spoke of a more intense shock.
Go past this light, then, at the next one, turn left to stay on South Broadway.
Ren asked quietly. The director's office had lost its characteristic aura of formal dignity. In the center, Director Ignatius remained seated.
At the light, turn left to stay on South Broadway. Then you'll turn left onto Maple Avenue.
The weariness of someone who had looked death directly in the eyes. His phoenix was partially manifested, both from defensive instinct and the need to accelerate his own healing. But it was the absence of healing that proved most shocking. Where his left leg should have been, only an empty space remained beneath the carefully folded fabric of his trousers. The legendary regeneration of his specific beast would allow him to recover the limb eventually, but the attackers had ensured its destruction to an excessive degree.